When people in the watch community think of value for dollar spent, their focus is usually centered on Japanese behemoths like Seiko and Casio. But Timex also deserves a mention, not only for their legacy, but also for their most recent offerings, which I think are hitting the right notes. Let's take a look at a fairly recent offering from the past few years. This is the Timex M79 Automatic. The Timex brand is currently operated through Timex Group USA Inc. and can trace its lineage back to 1854 under the name Waterbury Clock Company out of Waterbury, Connecticut. The company rebranded to Timex near the tail end of World War II. Still currently based in Connecticut, Timex has become a large corporation with operations across the globe employing thousands of people. To me, Timex doesn't really have a strong brand identity, and unlike some other giant corporations, it doesn't have those references that conjure up nice feelings of the brand, other than perhaps the Iron Man line. This is in my opinion, of course, but it has always just seemed to me as the brand that pumps out millions of references that sit in a case in Macy's, and there doesn't seem to be a connection with the watch enthusiast community. But I'll admit that I haven't spent too much time getting familiar with the brand's offerings, so I thought, why not change that? The M79 line was released back in 2020 to pay homage to the iconic Q Timex 1979 reissue from the brand. The M79 line has a few different references and colorways and are automatic movements. Today we're going to look at this reference with the blue dial and the blue and black bicolor bezel. The dimensions on this stainless steel case come in at a classic 40mm in diameter, about 14.5mm in thickness, and 46mm lug to lug. A good size for a modern sports watch, and it fits nicely on my 17cm wrist. The case is polished with sharp lines. There is a blue and black bicolor unidirectional bezel encircling the dial that has a solid click when you turn it. There is a push-pull crown at the 3 o'clock that is signed with the Timex logo, and the watch has a water resistance rating of 50 meters. The material protecting the dial and the movement in the back is an acrylic plexiglass material. The dial on this piece is a spectacular iridescent lighter blue that goes really well with the bicolor bezel. The applied hour markers are inset of a minute and second track encircling the extreme periphery of the dial. The hour hand has an encircled T punctuated by a sharp point. The minute hand is a sharp sword, and both are stainless steel with lume. And the seconds hand is a bright red baton, which gives this watch face a nice splash of bright color. The Timex logo is at the 12 o'clock, and automatic and water resistance rating sits at the 6 o'clock. There is a day and date window at the 3. The movement on this watch is a Japanese Miyota automatic movement that can be seen clearly through the exhibition case back. The movement has 21 jewels, and while there is no seconds hacking, it does have hand winding and a quick set day and date. Unfortunately, the day and date changer on this is a bit clunky, and the dials on my model got snagged a couple times when changing the date. The bracelet here is trying to be an integrated steel bracelet, paying homage to something like the Royal Oak, but of course nowhere near that level of quality. The bracelet connection to the case seems like a real afterthought, as can be seen from the side angle, where it just doesn't integrate nicely and doesn't flow naturally out of the case. There's a single fold-over clasp that blends well and is deployed by a dual trigger system. The bracelet has what appears to be screws, but I'm pretty sure they're just pin and collars with just a screw appearance, but I didn't adjust the bracelet to confirm. This watch retails at about $300 on the Timex site, but can be had for less than that through other online retailers. At even $300, you expect a certain level of quality in materials and design, and to be honest, I don't really think this fits that bill. The bracelet and its connection to the case is lackluster at best, and the bracelet material and construction just doesn't even feel like decent quality. I do like the aesthetics of this sporty offering from Timex, and think at a much lower price it could be a good option, but at $300 it falls a bit short. Compared to some Seikos that can be had for cheaper prices, I would say there are other offerings around this price or less that are much better bang for buck in my opinion. Well, hope you liked this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.